Hey girls, is the smile line letting you down again? Are you spending half an hour on it and it still doesn't look right? And you really want that French manicure on square nails? It's enough to make you cry? Don't stress. In this video, I'm showing you a mega simple but super effective way to create neat square nails with a French, even if you're a total beginner. And the best part? Say goodbye to endless filing marathons till midnight. I've got a method that's faster, easier, and maybe a total game changer for you. Plus, there's a little secret. How to nail a perfect smile line without an art screw or shaky hands. This is just a lifesaver for those who want to do it quickly and beautifully. Let's go! Since a French looks prettiest on squares, we're going to build a square shape for our nail extensions. But first, we'll do a combo manicure and the standard plate prep. Step 1. We need to thoroughly clean out the under cuticle area. Use whatever tool feels comfy for you. Me? I'm a fan of a metal pusher. It's small, takes up hardly any space, and bonus, you can sterilize it. Next, we move to mechanical prep. Grab a file, 180 or 240 grit. And with light, no pressure strokes, start buffing the nail surface. At this stage, we're just taking off that glossy shine. Why? So the base can grip the plate like a champ and we avoid any lifting down the line. I always do this step before working with the E-file. This way I remove most of the pterygium, meaning less work for the nail drill later. Easy peasy. Next, let's move on to cuticle prep using an E-file. I use a blue flame bit at 10 to 11,000 RPM set to forward mode and work the left side first. Remember, no strong pressure here or you'll risk overfiling. The harder you push, the deeper the bit digs into the nail plate. Don't forget to thoroughly remove all the keratinized skin on the lateral nail folds. Big tip, never cut the skin with scissors or nippers. The next day, that area will look like dried out peach skin. Trust me, not cute. Stick to removing calloused bits with the E-file or a buffer. The more you cut, the more it grows back, so keep that in mind. After that, flip the machine to reverse mode and do the same thing on the other side. Make sure to thoroughly clean the sinuses. This is the trickiest zone where most issues start. It's not just about the angle of the bit, but also how you position it against the cuticle. I go into way more detail about this in my combo manicure video. Seriously, check it out if you're struggling, links in the description. This step-by-step video shows how to remove gel safely, treat the cuticle with and without an E-file, strengthen nails with gel and avoid lifting or flows. Perfect for beginners, simple, clear, and super useful. And now we've moved on to cutting the cuticle. Here's the key. Hold those scissors right at a 90-degree angle to the cuticle. No tilting toward the plate or the skin. That's the only way you'll get a clean, even cut. Take your time, work carefully, and only snip the transparent part of the cuticle. Oh, and here's a little trick. You can try using a keratolytic. Beginners, listen up. This is a killer life hack. If you find it easier to do a combo manicure on dry nails but cutting the cuticle when it's wet, just apply a keratolytic to the cuticle after working with the E-file. Once the cuticle is trimmed, we move to chemical prep. First, we degrease the nails super thoroughly until they squeak. This step clears away all the dust and leftover skin oils from the plate, and trust me, it makes a huge difference in how well your coating wears. I always make sure to apply a dehydrator to pull that excess moisture out of the plate. Next up is primer. I stick to acid-free only, but you've got to apply it with a half-dry brush. Don't layer it on thick or pile it up. Give it a sec to evaporate, then pick a base that matches the nail plate type. I've got a new base in my stash from the brand Easy, so I'm using that today. It's not perfect for my plate type, but I'm curious to see how it performs. It's got a runny consistency, which is a huge plus for me since I love working fast. The brush itself is a tad stiff for my taste, but once you get the hang of it, it's no big deal. I apply the base to all the fingers at once and cure it in the lamp for 1 minute. Alright, we've cured the base, so now let's make sure to remove the stickiness and select suitable forms for nail extensions. Today, I'll be using gel from Easy. Take a bit of gel and carefully spread it across the dual form. Here's a life hack for quick nail extensions without half an hour of filing afterward. Apply the gel immediately in the exact length and shape you want to achieve. This significantly reduces the overall procedure time. While spreading the gel, Leave about a 1 millimeter gap from the cuticle area. This helps avoid creating a noticeable step when pressing the form onto the natural nail. Next, flip the form and ensure the sidewalls have a sufficient thickness of gel. Next, place the dual form onto the nail at a 45-degree angle and slowly press it down until it fully covers the growth points. To prevent the form from sliding, fix it in place using a UV flashlight for about 10 seconds. After that, flip the finger over, check the underside and tweak it if needed. Then send it for a full cure in the lamp. Once it's cured, all that's left is to straighten out the parallels, buff the surface for the next steps and adjust the length. This takes about 5 minutes for both hands, so it's pretty quick. I adjust the length with a potted disc and a 180 grit file. It's much faster than filing with a regular file, so definitely give it a try. Next, thoroughly remove all the dust and we'll move on to alignment. With a napkin, we need to thoroughly wipe away every speck of dust. Pay extra attention to the sinuses because that's where it loves to hide. Now we're moving on to nail alignment. Since the dual forms have already created the correct architecture for us, there isn't much to fuss about. I'm using gel from the brand Luna, and this time I've chosen an especially unusual color for the French design to add some flair. We start as usual. First, apply a thin wet base coat over the nail without curing it immediately. Then take a drop of gel, gently spread it across the entire plate. Flip the finger upside down to let the gel flow away from the sidewalls and only then cure. After polymerization, make sure to wipe off the sticky layer, that's the dispersion that hangs out on the surface. Now it's time to pull out the sliders. First problem, cutting them out. I don't get why they haven't made pre-shaped sliders yet so we don't have to mess with scissors. Or maybe they exist and I'm just out of the loop. So my dears, if you've spotted ready-made sliders somewhere that save us the hassle, drop it in the comments. I'm dying to know where to find them, but they've got to be sliders, not stickers. In my kit, I've got white, black, and silver sliders, and today I'm going with white to play up that classic French vibe. Next, I grab a lint-free wipe, dampen it with plain water, and place all the sliders on it. This helps them soak properly so they slide right off the backing with ease. Now comes the most exciting part, applying the sliders. And here's the main secret. Sliders should be attached onto a thin, uncut layer of base coat. Firstly, this ensures your slider sticks incredibly well. Trust me, you won't be able to bite it off. Secondly, it gives you the freedom to adjust its position perfectly. As long as you haven't cured the base yet, you can easily move the slider around until it's just right. The key here is to use a very runny base coat and apply an extremely thin layer onto the area where your French tip will go. Next, grab your stamper, preferably a clear one so you can clearly see exactly where you're placing the slider. Gently pick up the slider with your stamper and immediately transfer it onto the nail. Now don't stress if the slider didn't land perfectly right away. It's completely fine because we'll still adjust it. Here I've intentionally placed mine slightly incorrectly to show you how easily it can be fixed. I simply take a thin brush and gently nudge the slider exactly where I want it to be. Here's your tip. You can do this adjustment either with a brush or with your finger. Once everything is nicely aligned, cure it in the lamp for 1 minute and repeat the same for all nails. After curing, gently remove the sticky layer and finish it all off by sealing the design with a top coat. Since the nail architecture is already set and we did the alignment with gel, there's no need to level anything extra with the top coat. We apply the top in a thin layer to avoid adding unnecessary bulk. And as always, cure the top for at least 1.5 minutes. The longer you cure, the better that glossy shine holds up. I hope now your smile line will be perfect and your square shape looks like it was drawn with a ruler. If this video was helpful to you, please give it a like, subscribe, and if some things doesn't work out, no worries. We'll figure it out together, so don't stress. Write about it in the comments. I always read them and I'll help if something is wrong. And as always, I won't say goodbye for long. Bye bye beauties.